Spalding broadcasting to no one. Bare bones broadcasting. Well, who knows? Somebody might dig them up someday, thousands of years now. Enjoy watching it. Norman says, Spalding, I want to remind you of something. I'm very wrong broadcaster. I can tell you what is wrong and haywire with this planet. In way too many cases. More than you could count every day in human living. Everywhere. The little trips that won't happen, and little trips to really cause convenience and favor and understanding and clarity, because humans predict the outcome of it incorrectly. And their predicted ability is very poor. Like my larynx, filling with crap from my lungs. And with that poor predictability, they will not get up and make the trip. Because they predict it will not affect things. That it don't do any good. Wrong! Christ called it in the so-called gospel, if we know anything Jesus said and I don't, that to knock on the door of the unjust judge continually. If I could get that crap coming out of my lungs, I'd take it smeared all over my Maker's face. If I could just find the Lord right now, appear before me, my Maker, grab that crap in my lungs, and then smear it all over the Lord's face in front of everything the Lord ever did. Would do, could do, should do, all of it. Mock the Maker in front of every accomplishment. And the whole cosmos. Mock its Maker with a phlegm in my throat. For getting in the way of this conversation, I absolutely affirm you I would. Wouldn't it be awesome? I bet you'd enjoy seeing that on YouTube. You think anybody watching on YouTube then? If I could make the Maker of the earth appear and take my phlegm and smear it in its face? Would anybody watch? That's the question. Would anybody quit predicting the effect of these trips and get up and cause convenience? And make that call and make that trip and do that favor? Ah! What an idiot! In this case, it's my children. So smart, they could outpredict my reminding them to go make little trips. At one time, my kids made all the little trips, had a wonderful life. Then you go play. Well, now they won't make a trip because they got with some friends and said, that's a waste of time, that's a waste of time, and they're wasting time, you're dumb, you're a waste of time. They believed their friends, didn't believe their dad, now they won't make the trips and they are in agony. Little teeny trips, making little calls. In agony. Predicting. And my children, I'll tell you one thing they are not able to do. Predict! And they keep doing it, and they keep making mistakes, and swallowing themselves in a puddle of it. You know what I don't do? That's why I come to you. I can't predict you one bit. I have no idea what you'll do. I know when your conscience gets affected what you'll do. I predict you lovely, adorable, and behave accordingly. More priceless than I understand. That's what I predict. Now, whether that conscience will ever get a hold, I don't know. I keep shaking your conscience. I can't predict when or if ever it'll take place. I can't predict that. Only I know when these remarks I'm making and this disposition I'm displaying and you take a good look at yourself and around you, and they'll be looking at yourself and around you, will cause a lovely effect, and we'll get something done on this planet, and I can go fishing. I can predict that. I predict when you pay attention to what I'm talking about, this planet gets mighty lovely. Want to bet? And quicker, you got chores lined up to do too. And you'll all eat instead of starving to death like you're headed for now. With one word. Generosity! Work on it. Get real honest with yourself, then do it. First, get honest with yourself about everything. Echo of information. Accurate. Get very precise and inclusive and specific. Find yourself a cotter pin and do it. Move. So I am a cotter pin. I'm the last remaining monarch, the smallest cotter pin in the whole mechanism. I'm the smallest cotter pin in the whole mechanism of cotter pins. And each thing here is a cotter pin. Very precise, specifically placed. I'm the smallest one. I'm the least, the last, the most insignificant, the most typical. I'm the last remaining monarch. That's me.